Taves. I don't feel Monahan is a Taves. Whereas Lindholm, I think he's proved he can be a number one center, and his ceiling is still growing.
Yeah. Number one center.
Yeah, and then Tkachuk can be a top-line winger. So the way they've managed is they've kind of redefined the roles. So Monahan and Gaudreau can be number two line. Like, it's more of a 1A, 1B, but still they're second line.
Yeah.
Which is, they're really good second line. And then we have Tkachuk and Lindholm.
Pretty good first line.
Yeah. But the issue is still scoring. Like, it would be nice to get the scoring up.
Yeah. There's no easy answer. You got a thought on it?
I think system had something to do with it.
Yeah, but...
And I think another thing is Gaudreau had a lot of, like... I don't know if you want to call them tricks, but he had that sharp angle top corner shot. He had that deke through the 5-hole. Monahan and him did a lot of in-tight passing.
Yeah.
Teams figured it out, I think.
Yeah, definitely feels that way.
Yeah.
Gaudreau was less now, but way at the beginning of the season, he was trying that tight angle shot all the time.
And it stopped working because goalies were told, watch for that.
Yeah.
And the defense, I think, were told collapse to the front and just take away the short passes. Because Monahan is great at elevating in tight.
Yeah.
But he's not great at beating the goalie from a distance. And Gaudreau has actually, I think, a better wrist shot. But he also is a little better when he gets in tight. And teams, I think, were kind of... they're saying, we'll give you the shots on the outside, but we're taking away the inside. And that slowed them down offensively.
You think a lot of the teams in the offseason studied tape and kind of came into this season knowing what to do to defend against the Flames?
I don't think they studied tape in the offseason. I think it's just...
Coaches told them, hey, look out for this.
Well, scouting report is like, you're playing the Flames, most of their goals come from the top line, here's things they like to do, and you play a team 2, 3, 4 times, you start to get used to it. So I think that could be a factor.
I dig.
Should we take a look at the Pacific Division?
We can.
Okay.
It's a tight race.
Very tight.
So what, Vancouver's sitting on top with their 58 points?
Yep.
Followed by Calgary, Arizona, Edmonton, Vegas.
All at 57.
Then a big step down to San Jose. And I'm in LA.
The whole California state is basically out of it.
Yeah.
No, it's true. They're 11 points out, and it doesn't look like any of those teams are going to catch a heater. So it's a 5-team race.
Yeah.
And if we sort it by wild card, Arizona and 57 is the wild card. So basically all the Pacific teams are in a playoff spot now. And Winnipeg is the 9th place team with 54 points. So it's a good chance 4 or 5 teams from the Pacific could make it.
Yeah, I think Arizona and Vegas will eventually get back to the 1 and 2 spot in the division. I just feel like Arizona really is a strong team, well coached, play a good system. Picking up Hall was a big time move, and I watched a bit of him and Garland are forming some pretty good chemistry. Both of them pair are teamed up for goals in these last few. And Vegas, I mean, so what the fuck happened there? Vegas is a good team. I think it's the Blue Liners. I'm hearing word that their Blue Liners... The blue line's kind of rough. Well, they got Derek Englund. Nate Schmidt, I thought, was a pretty good player, but I don't know. I can't say for sure. I've been focused too much on Vegas. Well, actually, their offensive talent is off the chart, though.
Speaking of Vegas, it's time to fire the cannon. Yes, news in the league. Another coaching fire.
Salute number 7.
Gerard Gallant.
Yeah.
Unexpectedly.
If you remember from the quiz, too, he was the leader in Pacific Division coaches who had been there the longest.
He was supposed to go to the All-Star game to represent the Pacific.
I did not hear that. Oh, man.
Yes, Gerard Gallant fired from the Vegas Knights and replaced by Peter DeBoer.
None other than San Jose's ex-coach.
Their arch rival. That's a weird one when you hire the coach of a team you have a rivalry with.
Well, this firing is by far the weirdest. We were talking before. I thought the Laviolette firing was a little,
but he'd been there 4.5 years. It made a little more sense.
Yeah, it made a little more sense. This Gerard Gallant, Vegas just went through, I don't know, one of their slumps. I wouldn't say like they had their slumps have never been that long.
No, but like their year has been underachieving.
Yeah,
but
well, same with Calgary.
The first year Gallant coached them, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals as an expansion team. Second year, they lost in the first round to San Jose on a call that we all know was the wrong call. So you think the coach would have a little more like benefit of the doubt. And I really would like to know how many times in NHL history has a team hired the coach that eliminated you from the playoffs the year before. Like, I don't think that's ever happened in my lifetime.
It's wild.
Like 50 games ago, you were coaching against him in the playoffs. And now he's your coach.
It's wild. Maybe not Minnesota wild, but it's a strange one.
It's a strange one.
With that, should we have a look at... he's the seventh coach to been replaced. And... what's clear when replacing a coach is you get the coach's bump.
Sure.
And, like, when I say it's clear, it's like, I think history has shown that teams kind of get rejuvenated with the new coach and can come out playing better, but how that holds in the long run is not determined by the coaching bump.
And really, the coaching bump has been trending this year because of St. Louis last season.
Yeah, St. Louis is the originator, so...
Well, it was kind of known before, but that's made it really trendy this year because...
From last place to...
Stanley Cup, yeah. Okay, let's look at it.
Starting with Toronto Maple Leafs. And this was back in, I think, November... Mid-ish November. Babcock gets the pull.
Yeah.
Was that there was weird rumors like this is Toronto, so whatever rumors circulating, they'll be full of them. I think what was confirmed is he said he played some prank on Marner or something like that.
No, that was a different season.
That's right. It was the previous season, but it just surfaced. I think after he got removed. Was it Kyle Dubas just doing this straight up for a coaching bump? Toronto not performing to expectation.
Yeah, I think probably it was performance related. Yeah. But let's look at the bumps of all these teams and see.
So Sheldon Keefe comes in and is right now 15-6-2. Pretty good bump.
That's a good bump. Yeah. I would say that bump, a big factor is Dubas built the team a certain way. Babcock coached a different way.
Yeah.
And Keefe coaches the way the team was designed.
Yeah.
Plus I think there was a enthusiasm, a lack of enthusiasm to play for Babcock. He was wearing thin on players, and a more relaxed coach kind of brought the fun back.
Quick yes or no. I feel Toronto's quite like Calgary. They're both built similarly. Do you consider Toronto a playoff team? Are they built like a playoff team?
Yeah, but I don't think they're built similar.
You don't think so?
Yeah, the defense of Calgary is way stronger than Toronto's top heavy. They pay half their salary to 4 forwards.
Definition top heavy.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Next one was Hines, New Jersey Devils.
Yep.
Replaced by Alain Nazaredin.
Okay.
I'm butchering the name, but under him 6-8-2. So it's under 50, or under 500, but we are talking about New Jersey.
Yeah, so it was a bad team And I guess he's an interim coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking at that bump, it's hard to say because this is a bad team.
Yeah. I agree.
Undecided. We'll see how they finish off this season. They won some big games as of late. They beat Toronto.
What we don't know about the stat, though, was there a bump? Did they go 5-0?
Oh, yeah.
So that's one thing we're not sure about. But it is Jersey. I don't think they did.
No. But I know they've won some big matches. I think they beat Boston as well. Not too long ago. Anyways, something. Follow the third one is our pal, Jeff Ward, getting the call in for Russell Peters. Akeem Alou hits up cool text.
Not Russell Peters.
Bill. Sorry, Bill. Yeah. Akeem Alou shoots off cool text. Chaos ensues. Next thing you know, he's lending his resignation. And we all recovered of what we liked about the Jeff Ward system turnaround. The bump results in a 11-6-1 record. Not bad.
No, pretty good.
It's pretty good. And, it's our team. We've gone into depth about it. A change in system. Players adjusting. Kind of new lines rolling.
New lines. It sounds like a new attitude.
Yeah.
So... And also, I do remember, though, Calgary did have a pretty easy schedule around the time of the change, which helped the transition. But definitely a bump.
No, this is a strange one. Dallas firing Jim Montgomery. And Dallas had already been turning it around prior to...
And so this was a non-hockey related change.
So no one knew anything for the longest time, but it came out maybe 2 weeks ago that Montgomery had some alcohol problems or something. I can't remember what the headline was. Something like he's seeking, I don't know, help.
Yeah.
Alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
So there it is, right there. Rick Bowness was brought in. Their bump, or their records under bonus, 7-5-1. Which is like, it seems like the reverse of a bump, seeing how well they were playing before.
But we could say, though, in this case, the intent wasn't to get a bump.
No.
So probably you can't use this one as a... Yeah, that wasn't the intent of changing the coach. So the fact that there was no bump is not surprising.
All right. Now into the interesting coaching changes. These next ones are all straight up looking for bumps as far as I'm concerned. San Jose, well, maybe not San Jose. They were playing bad and looking for general shakeup.
But they were looking for a bump because they lost.
Yeah.
They were not performing as expected.
So DeBoer is out. Bob Bugner, I think he was in Florida before?
Yep.
Bugner? Yeah. He comes in, the record to date, 4-7-2 under Bugner.
Okay, so no improvement.
No improvement whatsoever. I don't think Bob Bugner was a very good coach in Florida either.
No? so maybe you don't get a bump if you don't bring in a good coach?
No, their GM should be in the hot seat now after the Carlson fiasco. They're paying their blue liners a shit ton and not seeing much production out of it. Or good defense by that. And then during our last podcast last week, we shot the cannon for Laviolette, played by John Hines. Played 6 games since, 3-3.
That's another case, though, where you look at the two coaches, Laviolette and Hines, and you probably have not improved your coaching. In fact,
I don't think so, man. I thought
it might actually be worse.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising there hasn't been a bump there either.
Yeah.
Plus,
interesting shakeup, though.
Plus, Nashville has what's that guy's name? The guy who brings down every team, Duchesne.
Oh, yeah.
They've been Duchesne.
Effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't love it. I don't know Hines that well. All I know is he came from Jersey. He's been a shit team for a while.